right, Tuesday night's weather for Weather Geeks here on the 23rd of February. I'm going to start out this evening with something I showed on the 6 o'clock news, just the remarkable difference in the look of things compared to 5 days ago. Now, 5 days ago, we had a decent amount of ice on Lake Erie. Of course, we had very fresh snow cover in all of northeast Ohio and into northwest PA. To get your bearings here, Mosquito Lake right there. Here's Pymatuning Reservoir, downtown Youngstown down in this direction. And much has changed over the last 5 days. Here's today's high-res satellite. The snow is pretty much gone. The ice has pretty much disappeared off of Lake Erie. And this is what 4 or 5 consecutive warm days will do. Look at the calendar. After an 11-day stretch of below-average temperatures, now we've reeled off 5 above-average days in a row here, starting on Friday and taking us right through today with a high of 51. I busted on the cloud forecast today. Did not think we'd have as much sunshine as we did. It turned out to be a real nice day, and that helped boost the temperature. We'll make it 6 above average days in a row coming up tomorrow. Talk a little bit more about tomorrow in just a second. Now, for the month, we're at 2.1 degrees above average. We've got a cold shot coming for a couple of days at the end of this week. I think next week will be chilly, but of course, the first day of the month of March is a week from today. I think the month overall, February, is probably going to end up being slightly above average, if not maybe a degree or so above average. If you remember from our winter forecast, we thought February would be the coldest month compared to average, December, January, February. I think that's still going to be right. It's just not going to be as cold as I thought it would be during the month of February. But compared to January and December, yes, it was closer to average. December was ridiculously above average, and even January was a decent amount above average temperature-wise. All right, temperatures this evening are a little variable out there. It's kind of cool. We have a northeasterly wind coming in off the chilly lake, and so up in Ashtabula County, Geauga Lake County, it's close to freezing already this evening, and that lake breeze extends as far south as the northern half of Trumbull County. But once you're out of the influence of that lake breeze, it's still well up into the 40s this evening, including in Youngstown, Boardman, and Austintown as well. We'll drop down into the mid-30s by the end of the night tonight. All right, we've got a major player on the weather field this evening. It is down across the deep south, unfortunately, as advertised. This is turning out to be a big severe weather producer, very strong, low pressure, moving through Louisiana into parts of Mississippi this evening. We've already had one, last I checked anyway, one confirmed fatality, several tornadoes, and lots of havoc. And the night's young down here. This outbreak is going to continue down along the I-10 corridor through at least a good chunk of the night. Already a handful of reports of tornadoes down here, several reports of wind damage, and large damaging hail as well. All right, on the northern fringes of this, the cloud shield is pushing in. It's going to turn out to be a cloudy night tonight, and yes, eventually this rain is going to come our way as advertised. You get up tomorrow morning, it's going to be raining. Here's a look at our high-resolution Futurecast radar product. We'll stop things here in the wee hours of the morning between 4:30 and 5. I think that's about when the rain starts, 4, 5 o'clock on average. You'll notice the heavy rain in the pre-dawn hours is out here, but I think some of this heavier stuff is going to try to filter in by mid-morning, so it's still raining at a good clip at 9 a.m. There will be a dry slot that tries to develop south of that shield of steady rain, and we'll see where this dry slot goes in the afternoon. I suspect it's going to move over us and give us a lull in the action tomorrow afternoon. Here we are at 1, 2 o'clock. There could be a shower here and there, but it's not going to be the steady rain that we had for a lot of the morning. And with this dry slot, there could even be some breaks of sun, and temperatures will have no trouble getting back into the mid-50s tomorrow, especially if we get a few breaks of sunshine. Any sunshine would actually increase the chance, and it's a small chance, but a chance, that we hear a rumble of thunder late in the day. We have to keep an eye on kind of this zone through here by early afternoon, see where this goes. And this might try to produce some thunder before the afternoon is through. All right, then the cold air wraps in. And right around 6, 7 in the morning, it may still be raining in some spots Thursday morning, but fairly quickly from north to south, we're going to see a changeover to snow showers, and these snow showers will continue at varying intensities Thursday into Thursday night. Now, temperatures are going to only slowly drop on Thursday. We're actually going to spend a lot of the daylight hours at or above freezing. And, it's getting into late February. Even though the sun's not going to be out, it still has an influence on things. We have incoming solar radiation, and the sun's getting higher in the sky, and it gets harder for snow to stick during the day as you get deeper into February and towards the first day of March. That combined with temperatures above freezing, I think things are just going to be wet for the most part during the daylight hours Thursday. Now, once the sun sets and temperatures continue retreating, and we continue to see these snow showers around, things can turn slick, I think, for a time Thursday night, particularly in the evening hours. Nothing more than just some leftover flurries then, it looks like, for Friday. All right, backing up real quickly and talking about the rain, still like our forecast that we've been talking about since yesterday of an average of about an inch, roughly. The NAM, kind of an outlier up here, showing 1.5 inches or so. The other modeling is more tightly clustered around about an inch, give or take. Some places might get 1.25 inches, but roughly an inch worth of rain. Now, as far as the snow totals, this is for Thursday into Thursday night. This is what the modeling shows, reasonably clustered around 1.5 to 2 inches at the airport. Here's the snow map I did this evening. The bullseye is going to be well off to our north and west. Big stripe of 6 to 12, if not a little bit more in some spots, from parts of southeast Michigan down through northern Indiana into central parts of Illinois. Somebody in there might get 13, 14 inches, but a good 6 to 12 anyway. Closer to home, here's what I did with the snow map. I made a 1 to 2 area in the gray from roughly 224 on south. The farther north you are, the better chance you have of maybe picking up 3, perhaps even 4 wet, slushy inches before Thursday night is through. So nothing like we had last week, but still there'll be some impacts with this. The roads, again, probably worst after sunset Thursday evening. Before then, a lot of things will just be wet. Not too concerned about power outages with this one. Could there be some school adjustments Friday morning? Yeah, possibly. There might be some 2-hour delays. I don't think anybody cancels. And again, if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm no expert at trying to figure out what the schools are going to do, but there could be some 2-hour delays, I suppose, for Friday morning. All right, let's hop out of this, and we'll open up my browser here, talk about the weekend real quick and beyond. Weekend is shaping up to be better and better with each consecutive model run, or successive model run, I should say. The weekend looks better and better. The sun will be out at least part of the time, if not most of the time, and this is a westerly wind developing on the backside of high pressure down here, and that's going to send temperatures back into the 40s on Saturday and 50s on Sunday. Sunday's going to be a nice day. Now, clouds may increase in the afternoon. The GFS tries to print out some garbage printout of some showers here by the end of the day Sunday. I'm not buying this at this point. I think Sunday's dry, at least during the daylight hours. So whatever snow we manage to accumulate Thursday night will quickly be out of here by the weekend. All right, then our next front. There's some model disagreement with the details on this. This is the GFS I'm showing you with a cold frontal passage on Monday, suggesting a rain to snow transition on Monday. I wouldn't take that to the bank, at least the details just yet. Again, there's some model disagreement. And then it looks chilly-ish for the first couple of days of March. You'll see that there may or may not be a couple of minor little systems around, but no big-ticket items are being shown on the modeling. As far as the longer range goes, we've been talking about this for a while, that overall, the end of February and into at least the first week of March is looking chilly. Not super cold, but chilly. There can be a mild day here and there like we're going to have this weekend, but it's a chilly pattern overall. As I roll this forward, we get into March right here, March 1st, and then as I continue rolling this forward, you'll notice that the pattern doesn't change much. You got a ridge out west, and you've got low over Hudson Bay and up into northern Canada, and with this general pattern, our air is going to come down like this, meaning that it's going to have a hard time getting warm. It could be mild for a day or two here and there, but it's generally a chilly pattern as long as you get that ridge popping up over western Canada and a low over northeast Canada. And you'll see as I keep rolling this forward, it doesn't change a whole lot, the large-scale pattern, through the first week of March. So if you're wishing for some true spring weather, like highs in the 70s, like we can get sometimes in March, this kind of pattern is not going to produce that. I'll have some days like we're going to have this weekend where we sneak into the 50s, but overall, chilly days may outnumber warmer than average days for a while as we roll into March and meteorological spring. All right, that's Tuesday night's weather for Weather Geeks. More updates on social media throughout the evening. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11 o'clock.